Have the rules of the dating game changed since you last played? Are you wondering how to get a date? I'm going to give you some tips in this video. How to get dates, how to find them, and how to start having fun again. Take a breather first before you move on, before you start dating again. Catch your breath. Talk to your friends about it, your relationship, your divorce, or whatever it is, to make sure you're really ready to move on. The last thing you want to do is to bore or startle a new date with endless stories about your epic breakup or your divorce. Let your friends know, let people you work with know that you are ready to start dating again. Ask them if they know anybody that they can fix you up with or introduce you to. Perhaps they're having a party and they can invite you and some people over. But just get the word out. I let everybody know that I'm ready to date again after my divorce and ready to jump into that dating pool. Another way is networking with your professional organization. You might meet very interesting people and you have something to talk about. You connect with them. If it turns romantic and you're on a date, then you have something in common to talk about, your organization or your work industry. You already have a topic of conversation. You're not trying to hold up the conversation or think of a lot of new things. Use that as a jumping board for other topics. Look around at work for people that you could date. Maybe you just looked at them as co-workers or friends when you were married or in a deep relationship. But they're out there. I worked at a busy trauma hospital, and a lot of marriages took place between doctors and nurses and different people in the staff. And sometimes sparks fly when you go to an event not tied to your job. For example, there were two nurses. They worked together for a year and a half. They were friends. They got along. And then we had a party on our unit, and sparks flew. There was a huge fire. And they ended up getting married. So things can happen. Look around at work, and that is a good possibility for finding some dates. Think about volunteering. I know some very good friends that got married to people that they volunteered within their organization. Maybe it's a political one, you have the same passion, animal, whatever it is, but you're working side by side with people. You have an idea who's reliable, who you're compatible with, and there could be some dates doing that. Another new trend in the dating world is speed dating. An organization sets up an event and they have the equal number of guys and girls. And one gender sits at a table, we'll just say the guys do, and then the women would move from guy to guy to guy and have 7 or 10 minutes, whatever the time limit is for that event. And you can learn a lot about a person in 7 to 10 minutes. And you're thinking, oh, how would you really know who you want to date in that short of time? Well, at least you can rule out who you definitely would not want to date in that 7 to 10 minutes. So what happens is after the event, you fill out a form, and the guys all fill out a form, and you say which ones you liked, which ones you'd be interested in going out with again. And what the organization does is they look and see what the other gender would like to do, who would like to go out with you. So they have matches. Say you picked 4 guys, you're a girl, you picked 4 guys, and 2 of the guys are interested in going out with you, then you can go on the dates. It's a quick way to meet people, and you meet a lot of people at once. Another way to get a date is through organizations that arrange events for dinner or lunch. What you do is you go to a restaurant and you tell the maitre d' your name. He or she gives you a table number. At the table, there's an equal number of guys and women. You have laughter, conversation, and the pressure is not on you to hold up the conversation. You may not meet a romantic partner, but you can make other friends, and they may have leads to dates too. And it's a lot of fun. It's just dinner, it's just lunch, and if you click with anyone, you can have a date with them at another time. It's nice to have these options. Another avenue for getting dates is through dating sites. Do your homework, they're not all equal. Some dating sites are very thorough. They'll interview you and they interview all the other clients. So you know whoever you like would already be vetted. Other dating sites let you put a profile up, let you put a photo. The danger is that some of their photos might be a couple decades old for people that you have an interest in. Make sure that your photo is current and not in your early 20s when you looked really good. Have a friend look over your profile. They may find out that you left out some exciting aspects that you have done. Maybe you traveled or have some unique hobbies that would be really enticing to people coming on the dating site, checking you out. Make sure your photo looks good. Whether you meet someone online or possibly it's a blind date that someone brought you two together, meet in a public place first. Don't have them come to your house. Don't have them come pick you up. Think about safety and meet at a coffee shop or restaurant where sport, whatever you want to do, but meet somewhere else. Another way to get dates is to make sure you're not wearing a ring on your wedding ring finger. I had 2 male friends tell me to stop doing this after my divorce. I said, well, I'm wearing ethnic rings. You can clearly see they're not wedding rings or engagement rings. And they both said, across the room, you see a gemstone, a flash of silver. They don't know if I'm married or not. And the same way goes with guys. They may have their football ring, you may have your class ring on your wedding ring finger. I see a flash of gold or silver. I don't know if you're married. I assumed you are if it's on your wedding ring finger. Something else to think about. I would love to hear your dating tips. Please feel free to leave comments. Thank you.